Alrighty, so in today's video we got some new news on the David case, and just when I thought, hey, it couldn't get any worse, it gets worse, of course. But yeah, we're just going to be going over some of the latest news on David's case. Alright, to start off, this is the headline right here. David case, singer's phone contains significant amount of CC, prosecutors say. Los Angeles PD says a significant amount, in quotes, of CC material was discovered on the phone belonging to the singer David, who's accused of murdering a teen girl, prosecutors said during a hearing on Thursday. The hearing was a procedural check-in as the prosecutors and defense attorneys determined next steps in the case involving the of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Thursday also marks 1 year since she was last known to be alive. What happened during David's hearing on Thursday? Although the preliminary hearing appeared on Thursday's court calendar, it didn't go forward. Instead, the matter was handled as a status conference, referred to as a 3 of 10. David, whose legal name is David Anthony Burke, appeared in court in handcuffs wearing an orange jail jumpsuit. He was then unshackled by a deputy. The preliminary hearing was set for Friday, May 1st. That's when evidence and testimony will be presented to show a judge that there is enough evidence to move to trial. The hearing could still be delayed till next week if either side says that they're not ready or that enough discovery has not been handed over to the defense. This is where it gets kind of crazy right here, because they reveal the amount of evidence that they have on David. Prosecutors have said that they have more than 40 terabytes of discovery to turn over, a volume that they say could slow the case's progress. Now, 40 terabytes doesn't necessarily mean that it's like 40 terabytes of bad material. It's probably just something that they went over and said, hey, this is enough that could be used. Maybe it's like text logs, or it's one of the videos that I saw was supposedly a video on TikTok of one of David's neighbors' cameras pointed towards his house. There was supposed screaming, and this happened, I want to say, a couple months before Celeste Rivas was found to be dead in a Tesla.Maybe they touch up a little bit more on this right here. I would hope that they do, because right now they're not really talking. All they really said so far is that it's a significant amount. That could mean a lot of things, really. Thursday's hearing comes 1 day after the release of the teen's autopsy report that describes what prosecutors call a brutal killing. So Celeste Rivas's autopsy report, what we know, attention surrounding the case has intensified with Wednesday's release of the autopsy report, which outlines how Celeste died. According to the report, the cause of the manner of death for the teen was listed as multiple penetrating injuries caused by objects, or one object or objects. The manner of the death was ruled a homicide. According to the report, Celeste's body weighed just 71 pounds when it was found dismembered in the front trunk of the Tesla. The LA County Medical Examiner's Office said that one stab wound was on her right abdomen with an injury to her liver, and the second stab was on her left chest. I don't really know what that means. Maybe near her heart. Her body was found in what the Medical Examiner's Office investigations called an advanced state of decomposition and dismembered into several parts. Even the left ring and the pinky fingers had been found to be mutilated. So that could mean, I guess, a lot of things. I would assume that he chopped them off. You know what I mean? The left ring and pinky fingers had appeared to be mutilated. So that means that he had either chopped them off or just, I guess, part of them were missing. Was dismembered, the report says. Multiple fragments of blue plastic material are found embedded in the cut surfaces. Now, I also don't know what that means. Multiple fragments of blue plastic material. The report also shows that there were presumptive positives of whatever that is, and methamphetamines, MDMA in her system. So from what I can understand, it sounds like she was drugged and killed by David, so that could be a possibility. The report does not include any evidence connecting David to Celeste's death, but prosecutors who charged the singer with murder, mutilation of remains, and continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14. They have a strong case through forensic and digital evidence. So he must have left some sort of DNA behind, I guess, for anything that they could find. Or I would say common sense. It doesn't really seem like he really tried to hide it that well. Pretty obvious that he was the reason for her death. You don't think that they would sweep his phone or anything and see everything that was deleted or that had been previously been on there. Obviously, they saw plenty of things. And I think that he stands probably no chance at this point, because if they're already coming out publicly and saying that he had such and such on his phone, he's cooked one way or another. If he doesn't get charged for the murder, he's going to for sure get charged for the material on his phone. So either way, he's getting significant time. David has pleaded not guilty to the charges, and his attorneys say that they'll defend his innocence. He will remain in custody on no bail. He was eventually transferred to the Twin Towers Correctional Facility, which is some facility where Nick Rayner, who is accused of killing his parents, whatever, it doesn't matter. ABC News learned that David will be segregated away from other inmates due to his fame and notoriety of the case. David faces a maximum sentence of life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. And it does not help his case at all that there is material found on his phone when he was very clearly in a sexual relationship with a little kid. Like we said, she was under 14, 17 or something, about to turn 18 now. Like, she was under 14. And it's also crazy to look at this mugshot and see this guy, just the way he looks right now. You can tell he's going through it. He's only a couple of months older than I am. This man is 20, bro, looking like he's 35 right now because of he knows he's cooked. I would say he deserves the death penalty, but then he doesn't really have to face any repercussions. I feel like he needs to face life in prison. He just needs to live and pretty much suffer through it, in my opinion. And I also hope that when this case is done, he's sent to general population. So regardless of whether he faces life or not, he's probably going to get killed in jail. If I had to go out on a limb and assume that he's looking pretty cooked.